Yo, what's good, guys? What's up? Welcome back to the Magnum Minds podcast. It's your boy, Fon the Villain. To my left, we got the one and only Toast. What's up, man?
Hey everyone, it's me, Lag. Thank you for hanging out with us again today. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm so grateful to be here for another episode. And let's hang out with some more and watch any other videos you guys haven't seen. And we're going to try to entertain you guys a little bit today. So
yes, sir. Try to keep the entertainment going and flowing. You know what I mean? Today we got the hat on low, boy, keeping the eyes down because we be getting into some shit. But nah, man, definitely check out some of the videos if you haven't already. Make sure you go to the Spotify, to the YouTubes while you're there. Leave a like, leave a comment. We're gonna be preaching this to you guys because we're trying to see more. We're trying to understand who you guys are. I feel like, at least for me, I haven't really grasped who the audience exactly is. Of course, a lot of family and friends have been showing love and everything, but I'm just like, where are the rest of the people? Where are y'all at?
Yeah, like I feel like the more engagement we get, it kind of give us like a hint of what to talk about, what to push. And because we said this before, like the content we make we want it to be audience guided, not just what everyone wants to talk. We want to talk about, like we'll sit here and say whatever we want to say, but at the end of the day, like things that are relevant to you guys, we want to bring those things up too.
Bring those to the forefront, to the limelight, so that way it's like more of a discussion. Like we're all chatting, we're all in the room, just having great conversation. The mandem, pengu, penguis, giving their little comments if y'all are keeping up with the social media, which you should be. But nah, man. That being said, what else you got going on recently, Toast? Let's give the people a little bit of
Man, well, speaking of hot takes, you're getting a lot of heat for the K barbecue stuff, yo.
For the Korean barbecue.
Ordering chicken, all you can eat Korean barbecue is just wild as hell to me.
Bro, but it does not seem that crazy. Like, we're just saying, first of all, it tastes good. And then first of all, nigga like chicken. I'm not gonna go to the place where I can eat as much. I'm not gonna put a little bit of chicken on it. We're gonna have chicken on the side.
Bro,
but
I remember the first time someone did try ordering chicken, and like we were all eating, and you know how like the server comes back and they're like, all right, what do you guys want for the next round? We're all grilling, eating. Somebody said like, oh yeah, and we'll take an order of chicken. Literally everyone paused, looked at him, and shook our head. I was like, no.
Bro, refused.
Yeah, because like it just feels so wrong. But like if you say it tastes good, I'm sure it does. But like the reason why I don't like ordering chicken, the first few times I went to Korean barbecue, like newbie, I was like, oh yeah, we'll get chicken. But the issue with chicken is it takes so damn long to cook. Yeah, because like you can't. I don't want to mess around with salmonella, bro. Like what? Yeah, so you have to cook it all the way through. And like when you cook chicken, you really can't cook anything else on the grill.
Yeah, because you got to make sure. That's why you do it on the little corner on the side.
But that's the thing though. Like that's still cross contamination because like like meat when it cooks it just pops. Yeah. So like chicken might take like 10-15 minutes, like 10 minutes to cook or whatever, whereas brisket literally 5-10. So like literally brisket is like 2 or 3 minutes. Like on the grill, and we're good.
Can't wait a little bit, bro. That's part of you while you're cooking. Limit. That's why bro. That's the salivation.
They say like you have to eat everything in like an hour and a half,
wait,
like 90
what?
minutes.
They be timing y'all?
Yeah.
Nah, I've never gone to K barbecue where they're timing.
I've never. Well, usually I eat so fast, I never hit the time anyway. And to sit there a Korean barbecue for 2 hours is just kind of too much.
Yeah, it's kind of long.
All that heat, smoke. I'm like, let's eat.
It's long.
But maybe we'll try chicken.
You know what's funny? I haven't even been in a minute. Maybe we gotta go. I haven't been in a long ass time. I was just thinking the other day. I was like, bro, I haven't had any Asian food in a minute. Like, really? No ramen, no sushi, and I'm craving it right now.
Yeah. I feel like I've been having a lot more American or not or like Hispanic food or like Cameroonian food than I have been like Vietnamese, like Asian food, because like my mom has been cooking, but because I'm on like prep, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm like trying to like make a lot of meals like myself. I'm cooking a certain way, and there's like soy sauce and stuff in there, but like it's not true Asian cuisines. You know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair. Speaking of getting into like, what are you doing? So, are you doing any particular dieting? Because I was gonna say, speaking of getting into like dieting and stuff, I know Doe was just telling me that he's about to go on a little fruit bender, so he's gonna be doing just
Like
a strict
like
fruit.
like Lionel.
Yeah, like what Lionel did. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
He's about to run one of those.
I feel like that would be that might fuck me up.
Fuck you up how?
Bro, just cause like with fruit, just straight fruit.
Just straight fruit, bro.
I don't know. Knowing Doe, I don't know how long that's gonna
Yeah,
last.
I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to the mans, the brethren, older bro. But bro, straight fruit, you're gonna miss some savory stuff.
Yeah, I would rather just go on like a water fast, water and electrolyte fast for like 7 days, rather than like just fruits.
Just a fruit diet.
Yeah, because I've heard, I read a lot of there are like a lot of benefits to just fasting itself. Mm-hmm. So like the thing I feel like people do that's most common is the intermittent fasting.
Yeah,
like
that one's 16, like a natural.
8. Yeah. But I've been wanting to do like just like a straight 7-day fast.
Okay. Yeah. Have you ever done like any sort of fasting, any type of duration? Outside of intermittent fasting, because I'm not talking like you just wake up late, you don't eat, and you eat once a day. No,
never. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's ever been a day in my life I've gone without food. Maybe like when I was sick, I'll still eat like soup, but there's still stuff in the soup.
Like, yeah,
so that'd be interesting.
I did unintentionally when we were in boarding school.
Oh,
I was hungry. Yeah, there's days where everybody. There's like this 2-month period. We call it a Wumsun. That's when like all our rations and stuff just run low. Like it's towards the end of the term, and you're just like everyone's like running out of food. And obviously the school gives you food, but all the logistics
this
of it.
This happens every terms though. Like they need to revamp. Like,
bro. So what? Midway through while you're in boarding school, there's a visiting day, and on that day, like all your like the parents and stuff get to come to school. They can bring you more food, but they can't bring a whole lot
because the storage.
Yeah, because like where are you gonna how are they gonna bring it? Like most of the time it's just for visiting, just to see the fam. Sometimes they bring you like some cooked foods because we don't get like any cooked foods outside of school, so they bring like some nice and little like some bread, eggs, little bit of like it's everything, fish, whatever, and that's the only time they kind of like re-up on the stuff that you brought to school. But outside of that, you're just surviving on what you bring in this little trunk of whatever. And that trunk has like all your shit for laundry too, and all your shit for like school. So it's not like you fill it up with just food. It's just kind of
that's worse than jail,
bro.
At least in jail you can live commissary. You know, what the fuck?
You? So there was definitely periods where it's like, yeah, man's was going days where it's just like eating once a day, because that's the only time I could go to like the refectory, and man.
What is that?
That's like the cafeteria.
The cafeteria. Okay. What you guys call it?
Refectory.
Bro, that to me is fucking torture.
He said torture, bro.
Try because for me, like from what I've heard, you guys have to do a lot of labor.
Like bro. So we're doing manual labor. We're cutting grass with the little lance, which I don't know if you've ever heard of. It's just taking like just swiping away grass, and it's just like, bro,
what the hell?
So much shit.
Yeah. We gotta bring Doe on because I've the stories y'all be telling is just so funny to me,
bro.
Like, you were in the bread bandit,
the bread gang.
The bread gang is crazy.
Those were the times, bro. But I remember that's when I was like, and that was one of my earliest. I wasn't used to it. Is when I had just gone. So, bro, when I tell you the first time that I was like experiencing it, I remember literally just in the dorm. Like it's a Saturday, which not too much is going on. You have to like wash everything. And then you're washing everything by hand. It's hot as fuck. Shit. And I'm just like, bro, you're waiting to eat at 2 p.m. after not eating all day. And obviously you're up at like 5 in the morning. Yeah. So, bro, I remember just laying there and just like looking up at the sun and crying. I was like, bro, I'm hungry. Fuck. Like I am hungry, bro. And then the thing too is like, with just how life is, like there's certain people are gonna be wicked, and people are gonna just shit is gonna go down. If you don't have a plate to take to the refectory, then you can't eat, because you have to. Everyone has their own plate that you bring to school, so you bring your own plate, your own utensils, and it's like you have to have your own shit to take. So people end up losing theirs, whatever the reason, or some people just don't come with it, and they just start stealing people's. They break other people's just because of whatever they. Like, bro, you would go, even if you have a plate, you go there, you go to the ref to eat, you don't have a spoon, and you're waiting for someone else to finish eating so you can borrow their spoon, clean it up, eat real quick. You're timed. You can't take food outside of the refectory. So it's like, and the time feels like it's so short to eat. You're literally like scrambling to eat. I'm like, bro. I remember times where I'm like begging for spoons. I'm like, bro, let me just eat before they throw my food. And then when the time runs out, they're like, all right, everybody has to get out. And obviously you have to leave with their plate. But if you, what's it called? If you have that's why we used to take like metal iron plates. Because if you have a breakable plate, sometimes, bro, again, people were just, like, why did this wicked? They'll just take the plate with the food and just like throw it away. And I'm like, bro, fuck. And now I don't have a plate. So now like for the rest of the next however many months, I'm like, bro, what the fuck am I gonna do? Yeah, like obviously, so we had a little cantina where you can go buy like plates and stuff, but then you barely even have the money to begin with,
right?
And to spend it on a plate, you're like, fuck,
yeah,
I don't want to, bro. The whole thing was just like a psychological, just like, bruh. So I've had my fair share of intermittent fast by force, and then now I kind of just do
starvation.
Starvation.
What you gonna call it starvation? I don't think that's qualified as intermittent fasting. Dude, bro, intermittent fasting by force is just crazy to me. That's just starvation.
Nah, man.
What the fuck? So what kind of food are they serving?
They're serving like rice and beans. There's like,
are there any protein at all?
No, I don't remember. Apparently now there's like more meats and proteins and stuff, but like when I was there, I don't remember there ever being like that much meat. And even if there is, it's like not enough for however many people are there, because we sit by table and you have an assigned table from like the first day of school. Whenever you get there, that's the table you go to eat at, and there's like just a select amount of protein in the pot and shit. So not everyone is getting it anyways. It's just like, bro, the whole thing charged. The whole thing is crazy.
What the hell?
But yeah. So going back to though with the fruit thing, and like we said, Lionel had done it, and Lionel lost a lot of weight doing it.
I remember.
Obviously, doing that, you gotta supplement. That's the thing too, which I don't necessarily like, just supplementing with like whatever pills or all that kind of stuff.
Your iron would be
would be low. Your fucking B12 would be low. Like you got to supplement with a lot of shit. What fruits do you think that you would
When it comes to fruit, I'm in Vietnam, we eat everything. Like we have the king and the queens of fruit, which is durian, which is the king. They're the queen. King. It's called king of fruits. And the durian is like the spiky fruit that like stinks.
Yeah,
apparently to people that don't eat it, it stinks. It smells
bad?
like it smells bad. And I did experience that. But to people that do eat it regularly, bro, the smell is so sweet, so succulent.
Really? Decadent. So is that how you feel like it is?
Yeah, like but when I remember I moved to America and durian was just expensive here. Like in Vietnam, durian's not expensive, but well, I mean from us not having any money, like everything is expensive. I remember my mom telling me like she'll go into the supermarket, look at like a thing of sticky rice that was like $2 or $3, and convert it into Vietnamese money in her head, and would walk back and forth like from the car to the store like three or four times, just contemplating whether or not she should buy it.
She should get it.
Yeah, but so when I moved here for like 2-3 years, I didn't have any durian at all. And one day I came home and everyone was sitting at the dinner table, and I was like, "What the hell is that smell?" And I looked over and I was like, "No way, is that durian bad? Like, what's going on? Like, this is like 4th grade me."
Dang, you just weren't.
Or 6th grade me or something. But I was like, "Is that durian bad? Like, why does it smell like that?" And I was like, and she was like, "Yeah, you don't eat it for long enough. That's what it smells like." So I was like, "Okay, bet I don't want durian to smell like that. So I'm gonna." The moment I start eating it, the moment I put it in my mouth, everything came back. Yeah. And the other fruit we have is like mangosteens. Mangosteens. I'll bring you some. Okay. We have some at home. It's like a purple fruit. When you cut it, it looks like a big. It's like a white cloves of garlic. When you like first peel the garlic. Oh yeah. But it's super sweet, like very like.
Mangosteen, man.
Yeah, very like. Oh, fuck! I almost like very fruity from a fruit. I was like, I don't know how to.
Very fucking fruity.
It's like it's very like
crazy.
Flavor head, like I don't know, like it's very
it's like a potent flavor.
I'm not gonna bring you any durian because you probably won't.
No.
I mean I'll bring it, but you probably won't like the texture, the smell.
Ooh, what's the texture like? Is it like one of those stringy, rubbery?
No. The texture is like,
I hate stringy.
If you bite into like softened cream cheese.
Softened cream cheese. Cream cheese is already pretty kind of soft.
To me, cream cheese is kind of hard.
Nah.
Like
What do you mean hard?
No, it's like it. If you hold,
it is harder than like butter.
Yeah, but butter is hard though. There are things you can buy. Like there are butter you can buy at the store. It's called soft butter, like spreadable butter.
Yeah, the butter spread that comes in the little.
I'm talking about real butter,
thing.
not like
talking about
like
real
country
butter.
whatever. Like I'm talking about
You're
real
talking about
butter.
the sticks of butter.
Yeah,
Majority
that's just fake butter to me.
Butter sticks are fake to you.
Yeah, like Irish Gold is to me is real. Like butter that's because butter's supposed to be like
it is
like
supposed
this color.
to be
right, but like the
Yeah.
stick butter is just so pale. It's just mostly milk
It is
and
kind of
cream.
pale.
Yeah, to me.
Fair.
But yeah,
Fair.
Well,
Okay.
I'll bring you some of those fruits. But if I don't think I can go on a fruit diet.
And
I
these-
could
go
eat
ahead.
everything, but I don't think I could like sustain it.
I'm just man's good.
Yeah,
He said he needs some meat.
I do. I love my protein, dude. I
Yeah.
mean,
I love my
I'm
protein.
such a
bro.
meataholic.
Yeah, even like again, that goes back to like the pizzas. Everything I have to have enough protein on it.
Yeah,
These fruits you guys like you grow them yourselves, you cut them, or
no, it's hard to grow. They're hard to
Really?
grow. It just like, it requires a lot of water, and irrigation. So I mean, we had like a like rice paddies in Vietnam and like land in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
For the majority of everything else, like we just have to buy it.
You just have to buy it.
Because dealing with it's cheaper to buy the fruit than to like grow it.
Actually grow it. I was gonna say that's a good thing back home is that we grew a lot of our.
Yeah.
We had so many mango trees, even if it wasn't like mango trees that we grew. There's just so many mango trees, mango, guava. We're growing. Are we growing guava here? We have apple here in the back, which I tried the apple.
I have apple, pears, and peaches.
We tried
in my
pears.
backyard.
I never liked peaches.
Yeah.
I don't mind them in like the Dole cups, which obviously that's like super processed peach. But nah, we grew so much cutting mangoes with like rocks. I think I talked about that story before. Guava. Those were my favorite fruits, especially the red. Like I don't know, I had guavas here.
They're green.
They're green and just the inside is like white and pale, but genuine guava that's like just pink and red on the
Never
inside.
seen that because the guavas in Vietnam are green too.
Or green? No, on
yellow.
the inside. They're green outside, but inside of it when you cut into it or bite into it, because we just used to bite into the shit.
That's
it's
interesting.
Like red,
different
bro.
strain.
It's pink. Yeah, that shit is so good.
That's kind of like how Thai mangoes are to me.
Or Thai mangoes.
Because mangoes here they're kind of harder, more tart, a little more sour. But Thai mangoes are so fucking sweet.
Are there like different types of Thai mangoes? Because in Cameroon we have mango. We have like one,
so you know
number one, number
here?
2, number 3. That's how we named it. I don't think that's the official naming, but those 3 are different types. Like I can't remember exactly, and they're gonna flame me for this, but like I think number 3 is when it's like really, it's like fatter and kind of reddish hue. And then number 2 it's like more yellow, like the yellow mango, and then number 1 is when it's like more green and sour.
Yeah, green and like green mangoes are to me like that's how I know them too. Like green mangoes are sour. The yellow mangoes are like the sweet ones.
Yeah, the yellow mangoes are good. Then the red ones to me were just too. I was like, first of all, why is it so fat? Those ones are like fat, and then they're really sweet. But yeah, the yellow ones to me were just like
the flavor is not as it's not that's not much flavor,
super strong or anything. I might have had that backwards. Maybe the numbers were in order, but yeah, okay. Thai mango.
My mom always buy Thai mangoes from the Asian market, so I'll bring. We got just when Doe was doing his fruit stuff.
When he's doing
the perfect time, I'm gonna bring him some fruits over. And we can all try it.
Yeah, well, I'll try it. That'd be sick. But bet. So bringing to you guys what we wanted to get into for today. Just a little minor topic before the cards themselves. Which again, if you guys are liking the cards, be sure to let us know because we do. I mean, I've been enjoying them, so we want to keep them going for a bit. I'm really excited to actually run through this entire deck and see after like all the stuff that we've kind of, because I feel like we're also getting to know each other really well from the cards. So I feel like we're gonna have like going through the entire deck, we're gonna have so much where we've kind of unraveled. It'll be crazy. And then be sure to leave comments as well on the cards so that way we get to know you guys as well. But before that, question I wanted to ask you for today was how much for you to be a stay-at-home dad, and how good do you think you'd be at it?
So I've dated a lot of ambitious women in my life. Yeah. And to the point where I'm like, there has to be a sacrifice. If I stick with this person, eventually there has to be a sacrifice made for the kid. Like, because to me, I don't want nobody else raising my kid. I don't want them to be at a daycare or like majority
as
of the,
much
like,
as you
of the childhood. Like I want them to learn all the core value. At least if it's not directly from me, it should be directly from my family. And in the U.S., I don't have a lot of family that would be able to do that. Because in Vietnam, like I'm sure it's the same way in Cameroon, but like you can go stay with aunt and uncle in Vietnam, or where you're back home, and it's like not that strange. Like you just live with them. Yeah, like you just literally. But here it's like, okay, what's the school situation? Like, are you paying for this or that?
Yeah, it's so complicated.
Like I don't have that village here, right? So, so after dating a lot of ambitious women in my life, I've came to the conclusion that like it wouldn't take much for me to be a stay-at-home dad. Like as long as like because I want to be like for my kid, or at least not like I'm an ambitious person too, and I actually want to do my own things and not be in the house all the time. But if it means that the next however long my kids live, they will always remember the core values I teach them because I'm just home all the time. They remember like, oh, whatever happened, dad was always there for me.
Yeah,
or at least somebody
was there.
Like I'm good with it. Yeah, but it wouldn't take much, and I think I'd be a fucking phenomenal stay-at-home dad,
man,
bro.
Be at home with the kiddos,
bro. I mean, and I've been told that by my exes.
Hey, they're like, trying to drop. They're trying to. They're hint.
I'm cooking.
Hint.
I'm good at organizing.
Fair,
I'm great with. They're literally on the apps. Back when I used to use it, I was like, my greatest strength is like calming, like crying babies.
Oh, really?
Dead ass, bro. Nah, because like I don't know why I just have like with animals and babies, I just have like this unspoken like I can't really speak to babies anyway
or animals.
I don't know why that was.
I thought you were gonna say animals. You can kind of talk to babies.
They ain't talking back to me though.
You can kind of talk to babies. I was like, or animals. What the fuck?
Sometimes I feel like I talk to animals, man. Shit.
Why do you say you just me to cut you off? Where it's like, I just sent it to one of my friends where it's like this dog, he's hiding behind the chair. And then the caption was like, when I've been using my support animal way too much. And then the dude was like, where the fuck is this? And the dog is like hiding because he doesn't want to hear any more stories. Like all the little traumatic stories and shit.
Bro. Nah, I would not be a good support animal if I was an animal. But I think it wouldn't take much. As long as like everything's provided, as long as my significant other is making these very decent income.
What's the income? What's the income looking like?
I mean, I'm counting for a future, so inflation's gonna be hidden. So
inflation.
If we can comfortably not ever even worry about what bills are coming in.
Okay.
And if the kid needs anything, it's never like, can we afford it?
Can we afford it? Like, he got it.
Yeah. Any kind of support. If the PlayStation 10 is coming out, I don't need to be like, can we buy this? I'm just swiping a card.
Because you're going to be at home all day, so you got to be, you need entertainment.
That's what I'm saying. Fair. Whatever it may be, like, we just, like, money is no problem. Because to me, like, everything else could be figured out. Money needs to be prioritized if you have a kid.
Fair. Yeah. Because they cost way too fucking much.
Yeah, bro. What? Okay. And these motherfuckers, some of these women out here trying to buy like $2,000 strollers and shit.
Yeah, trying to do all the extra shit.
That's what I'm saying,
bro. What is what's it called? Whenever they ask like for the monthly, when they have the kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah. Who was it? I don't know any of these like celebrity lifestyle people, but one of them I heard was asking for like $200K a month. He was like, "What the fuck are you buying the baby $200,000 worth of a month?
Baby's getting a new Lambo every fucking month.
What's going on with you?
What the? So $200K, yo, yeah. I have seen some of those like celebrity child support, how much they pay every fucking month. It's just wild to me. Yeah. Like that fucking Tyrese meme was like, what more do you want from me? Bro, he just crying. That'd be me, bro.
It would be heartbroken. Yeah. No, okay. So I guess before I answer too, just spin it a little bit. If you had a child, how much would you need for child support?
Shit, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? Shit, I'm leaving here with something. So
the Denzel Washington meme too.
Yo, but if the girl I was with, like we had a child, and I'm taking care of the kid full time.
Yeah,
bro, it has to match my salary, at the very least.
Because has to match the salary you have. Okay.
Yeah, if she does not want anything to do with the kid.
Yeah, like literally, like, y'all are split. Like child support isn't.
And she's like, I just want to have my hot girl life.
Yeah, she's out there doing whatever.
Yeah, I'm stuck with the kid. Has to match, at least match my salary at the very least.
Match your salary a month.
Shit.
Dang.
200K don't sound too bad.
Your salary a month is nuts.
No.
Or your salary the year. Like
I think in that case it is fair to just, I will let the judge decide, but I would take whatever percentage is fair. But
give me a number, Bridget.
It's hard to give a number just because like if the girl is making fucking $1 million a year. And she's giving me $3K.
So it is based off of what you're making, which is what the shorty was trying to tell. Was it Tyrese? Whoever the hell it was. Yeah. The shorty was like, "Oh, but you make so and so million a year. You can afford $200 a month." But he was just like, "I can, but you don't need that. Nor does the baby need that."
That's true. Damn. You see how materialistic I just became when you put it on me.
You're making $1 million.
Shit. No,
but it's fair. It's reasonable.
I think it would be like for the first however long like years that I have to be home with the kid. Mm-hmm. It has to match my salary, and then after that,
because it changes. Yeah, because then the child is able to and then you can go to work. Okay. That's fair. Yeah. I would. How much for me to be a stay-at-home dad? I have so much that I want to do. Honestly, it wouldn't take much either, because I also want to stay at home. I feel like at that,
you're good at staying home,
bro. Yeah, I have so much shit to do at home. Yeah, to where it's like I need to stay at home. I just can't now.
We drop a new episode every day,
bro. I'm gonna have the podcast going. The boys is over. We're gaming. I'll start streaming. Like, what are you saying, bro? I'll stream with the baby. Like everything is perfect.
Streaming with the baby, you get hella money.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's gonna love that shit.
Like, that's what
gonna be so crazy. So it's not gonna take a lot. That,
I'm about to start. I have to find a baby and stream with it.
Did you just grab somebody's baby and put him on the internet?
Grab, but you're endorsing kidnapping. Is crazy.
Yeah, you brought it up, but yeah, man, that's I don't think it'll take too much. I would unpopular opinion, but from what I've heard. Not that I'm great with kids, so my interaction with children, just to put it like that, at least so when I did my PEDS rotation, I love there's a weird age group, like where I skip it's either you're a baby, and I'm great with babies whenever our what's it called, one of the older cousins, Sister B, shout out to her, she's in Canada right now, 2 girls. Whenever the second one was born, when she was here and we're staying at the old house, I was always taking care of her. She would like sleep with me in the bed and everything. I understand and know what to do. I took them for all the appointments, so I know how to care for a baby and like be there and be playful and take care of them. When they get to a certain age, I don't know if it's like 3, but there's this awkward change for me where I just start treating them like adults.
I'm not gay. I'm grown. I'm not gay. I'm grown. Stop beating your chest. You're making a raise. You think you tough?
Fucking
throwing a broom at them, like, yo, wipe, clean up yourself.
Like, it's no more like, oh, hi, how are you? It's just like, how's it going? Come sit.
When the eye contact like is like you can see that they can understand the environment now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, come sit. Yeah, let's talk. What do you do in school? Even though they don't do anything in school.
They're not even in school yet. They're in preschool.
Yeah, they're like in preschool, kindergarten. Yeah. I'm like, what do you guys do? She's like, oh, we do this and this and draw this, and I'm just like very like intrigued in a way. Yeah, but I feel like that's not that that's how I was raised, but I feel like growing up, that's kind of how like I matured in a way, which is like everything just wasn't, oh yeah, like,
not
good job, like good. Yeah. It's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Or like, yo, come sit, talk, and like actually conversate. Yeah. And obviously, it's not anything of like a super high intellectual level or anything. It's just like fun, like actually getting to know the kid, which I don't think a lot of people do. It's like there's a difference between just playing with children and like actually getting to know them. Like, oh, like, what do you like? And they have a million things that there's a million things that I think that helps
so much too with like how they will develop, because you get them thinking about what they actually
actually.
That's so important. Nah, man, I feel like that's like I feel like that's a skill even parents don't, like a lot of parents don't even, like try to do, because they'll just always like I see it too, like they just kind of instead of letting the kid be like, I saw this thing recently on Instagram. It was like people were talking, like it was two people were talking about what it's like to have a kid, and one of them said it so perfectly. It was like, when you have a kid, you become a coach, and coaches don't play. They can guide, they can do whatever, but you never interject yourself into the kid's life in a way that will interfere with their decision making too much. And you just guide them, and you let them know what's right from wrong, and whoever they really want will grow up to be. You let it come naturally, and when it because if not, you're going to suppress a version of them that could have potentially been great. That's something, or it could have been a bad version too, that could have been addressed at a very early age, and then it just manifests in adulthood.
Fair. That makes sense. Yeah. So definitely, man. It's like, that's kind of like my thing with children. So there's like just that fine line. If you're not like an infant, and we're all, obviously there's not much to talk about. You're not animals either, so we don't talk to animals. But it's like, I just have that relationship, and so I feel like spending so much time at home and like being there with said kid would just be, I would enjoy it a lot. I would enjoy it a lot. I don't know why a lot of women are shutting down the opportunity, but it sounds great.
I feel like
me and my friends hanging out, friends coming over, they can bring their children.
Can you imagine?
We're just
if
all
we all
hanging
had
at
a kid
crib
at the same time. We all live in the same neighborhood.
Dog,
every fucking day is chilling.
The ladies are at work. They go to work, come back, and boys chefing it up. You know what I mean? Everything is good. Everything's lining up.
We like to cook.
Yeah, so it's
we like to chef it up.
Neat cooking, that shit, stay at home. That shit would
barbecue
be
every other day, bro.
Should be mad nice, way too nice.
Yeah,
obviously.
And all our kids is in one room watching anime or some shit.
Yo, watch anime with them? Like, come on. I'm gonna have this kid. Me and him gonna be on the One Piece grind,
bro. Like, that's so funny. I was just about to say, like, I was telling Masood and Hannah to watch One Piece, and they said, and Nick too. We were all on the phone, and they were like, "Yeah," or we were on the same room. They were like, "Yeah, nah." Well, it's One Piece is so long that like I don't even want to start it now. I want to start it with my kid.
Yeah.
And like just like have him grow up watching that big adventure, and like watching
be there with them, and just having the memory of doing it with them. Mm-hmm. Oh, that'd be so nice.
Fuck, man. But I'm excited for the future.
Think we'll be there.
That'd be sick. And my kid would have the fucking dopest uncles, yo. Like, what are you talking about?
Facts. The same neighborhood shit. We're not gonna do. We need to be. That way it's like, all right, bet we're all going to Lax Place in fucking California, and it's like, cool. Now it's a whole thing, and that's like a vacation spot. True. And then going to Masood's and Hannah's place in New York, and then Drew and them in Florida with Nicolas. That's also an idea, but still, either way, I feel like the whole thing would be really nice.
Right. Just like the idea of being able to be there for somebody early on and playing the role you're playing perfectly, or to the best of your ability at the very least, and just watch your investment just grow until like one day they do something great,
something amazing.
Yeah, and then
that's facts.
They shoot back to you, and you're like, yeah. I was a great stay-at-home dad.
Yeah, I know, right? No, definitely. Stay at home. I don't knock it. I don't knock people that do it. Females and everyone, especially, because obviously that's more of the role that's sort of been like historically the case. But stay home, dad. Go do your thing. If you had the opportunity and everything works out for you, in a more ideal sense, because I know. Yeah. And mostly, at least I imagine that you were thinking this too. The stay-at-home question was in the sense that you're not necessarily working because your wife is said breadwinner, and you're like you're not working, right? You're doing other things, but in a more realistic sense, like it'd be nice to have a little stay-at-home job where it's like you just work from home, work from home, or your own little side gig going. So, shout out to the stay-at-home dads, man.
What would be the perfect side gig?
It's gonna be the streaming shit.
The streaming shit.
Yeah, or. Because I'm not gonna. If I already have that blessing to be a stay-at-home dad, I'm not gonna take up like. I mean, sure, I might put myself into IT just to work, but if I could arrange my schedule and do that, where it's more leisurely, it's not too much just for like the bread, then I would do IT for like a proper job. But if not, side gig, what's it called? Streaming.
Streaming.
Yeah.
For me, it'll be just probably like video editing. Just
editing,
but not like for somebody consistently. Just like pick up a job like when I want
picking up whichever.
One. Yeah.
Yeah, edit it real quick.
Right.
Boom, they give you some bread. Mm-hmm. You and the boy go to the fucking ride go-karts and shit, and then come back.
Bro.
Yo, nah.
Because I imagine, hopefully by that time, we're still doing podcasts. So I'm still gonna
so we're still gonna have the editing. Yeah. So we'll still be shooting the pod, man.
Yeah.
Nah, that sounds solid.
Bro, imagine like our kid growing up one day and then watching the podcast back from the beginning.
Yo, that is actually insane. I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about that. Like, one day there's going to be
us watching it back too. It'd be
with them. Yeah, that's gonna be a sight to see.
Damn, man.
Dang, that's actually I never thought about that. Since doing this, I never thought that. Sure, my kids will one day actually see me on the internet. Yeah, it's on the internet, so they're
not the hard drives right there. We got family videos for days.
For days, right? Yeah. Holy, no. That's cool. Let us know. Stay home dads. How you liking it, man? Give us the insight.
And if you're doing it, how are you doing it? And is your wife single? Because I'm asking for a friend.
I'm trying to join the community. Stay home
y'all poly, like let me know. Anyways,
that's funny, but yeah. That being said, we're gonna move on to the next segment. Really fun, really cool thing that we've been doing. If this is your first time checking out the episode, me and the boys about to go through the cards, and the man Toast's gonna give you the explanation and the rundown.
Yeah, so these cards are called Bold cards. The company don't make any other version of this card. I've tried checking, I just couldn't find it. Matter of fact, like I feel like they just kind of stopped advertising in general. They're only on Amazon because I did try reaching out to them on like Instagram, but they haven't posted anything since 2023.
Oh, that's only last year. It's not that
only
bad.
last year, but but business,
your company,
like,
your
so
company
like,
business.
Fair. But so basically, these cards are designed to build a connection between you and whoever you're doing the cards with, right? So they come with 3 categories: perception, reflection, and connection. And the perception cards are the yellow ones, the black ones are the reflection ones, and the white ones, which we haven't done at all. They're those are the connection cards. So usually we get pretty good questions from these 2 cards themselves, and it just kind of adds on to our what we're trying to do with this podcast, which is give a deeper, different perspective than what you guys are usually hearing. Just because we are all different people.
Yeah, the individuality.
Individuality. That's what we're trying to push. So, but yeah, with that being said, Fawn's going to read off the reflection card and answer it, and then I will go after him.
All right, sick. And we don't see these beforehand, so you're getting our honest reaction. Yeah. So, I like this one.
that's a unique reaction. We haven't seen that reaction yet, so okay.
I was like looking at it like, bet. So 2 questions. First one, do you compartmentalize friendships? And do you have friends you can be your most authentic self with?
Doesn't matter. I can go or you can go.
I'll run it. Yep. So for me, yeah, I do. I feel like a lot of people say that you shouldn't, and you don't, like, if you have a good circle, you don't need to. But I think it's almost in a way necessary to understand, like, there are certain people in my life that they can float between any of these compartments. But outside of those select few of people, there's definitely friends that I'm like, bet you're this type of friend. That's the type of friend you are. That's where you're at. You're this type of friend. That's where you're at. And to get into what the compartments are, I think it's mostly, I definitely have like friends from school, from med school. Yeah. Those are just like, and when I say friends, I guess this is getting into like acquaintances, because I do have quite a bit of friends. And when I'm really close to you, you're like my brothers. So like people like you, I'm like, bet you guys are friends to where you're not necessarily in a compartment. You're my family, right? And my family gets to know everyone.
And that's
and all
like the floating friends that you're talking about.
Yeah, like my family knows all my friends. Like they know all the compartments, right? So they don't necessarily fit into one particularly. But there's the med school friends, which I have a few of. Hang out with you guys, love you guys. We do our own thing. But outside of that and things related to that, there's not too much of a relationship, I feel like. And yeah, so the friends from there, whenever I was working at Topgolf, I have friends from there, some of which I still hang out with. But I feel like there's definitely, again, they're just not, it's not as explored in the rest of my life. Like they're not necessarily at all the family functions. There are some of them, which again, now I consider family, but outside of that, like everyone is just in their own space. And not that I'm afraid it might mess up any of the compartments necessarily. Like I don't think if my med school friends came and like made friends with friends I was with at work years ago, like it's not gonna mess anything up. It's just there's no the boundaries to get to that connection are just so many, and there's no need or reason to knock them down to get there, to where it's just like I'll just leave it be. And I enjoy it like that. So definitely friends of friends that just they're in their own compartments. But you want to go ahead with this first question, and I'll ask the second one.
For me, because I do embrace individuality a lot in people, I have to compartmentalize them. Because the same reasoning that you do, just because like a lot of my friends maybe don't share the same interests as my other friends, and because, and it's not like you two where like so kind of like the opposite of what you said a little bit. You said like it's not like you're scared you mixing the friend group, something's gonna happen, or like that will break up the friend, or like that you messed up the image of that friend group or whatever. But to me that's a real fear, because from having so many friends, I don't get to. There are certain friends I know very, very well, like you know. So like I know the content of their character through and through. Or I hope I do. To where like those friends I can introduce to anybody. It's because I'm that close to them. I trust them with everything, you know. But there are people that I meet and I'm friends with that even though I talk to them more often than like other people, I don't know their full character yet.
Fair.
So like if I'm afraid, like if I bring them around people that it's important to me, it might, and they do something that's that misrepresents
what
our image.
It
would make everybody look bad.
Fair.
So I do have to do that, and because my friends are really spread out too. I try to make friends everywhere I go, just because to me I've throughout life now I just kind of realized that things that are like I can buy are just not that important anymore. It's more like people that I meet and the connections I make, and those are way more valuable to me. So, and they're free to do. You know what I mean? They're free. Yeah,
and it's free and a good time. Free
and
all benefits.
So yeah, man, I just have to. But there are, like you said, look, there are friends I just can introduce anybody. Like you met pretty much the whole circle already. Yeah, my whole circle already. So many
different kinds of people.
Yeah.
Nah, that's cool, and hopefully get to meet more, man.
Yeah, of course, and you know, I wouldn't bring them out more. They're just far. Just far, like you know, always doing their own thing.
That's definitely one of the boundaries and barriers I was talking about. I was like, most of them are like far. When you're talking like these different friends groups, it's like a lot of them are just far away. So there's no need, language barriers, all that kinds of stuff.
Right.
And then also, I guess another thing to add on why I compartmentalize is for their comfort as well. Because I feel like, I feel like you gotta be able to. Some people aren't as, or at least I wasn't ever as comfortable being in certain circles, just because I felt like I didn't fit in, which as much as I want to say like go out of your comfort zone and like be that person, for some people it's just not the case.
Right. It has to happen naturally.
Yeah, it has to happen naturally. So I don't want to ever like have a friend and bring them into a space where they're just not comfortable. Yeah. And then it just also taints the friendship a little bit.
But. Right. How do you to follow up, just to follow up a little bit. How do you know if they're like, how do you gauge whether or not they would be comfortable if you bring around a different friend group? In
different scenarios, how do I gauge?
Is it from like what they usually do on a day-to-day basis, or like how they talk, interact with other people versus how the new group is?
I feel like it's purely almost even just, which goes into all of that, is my understanding of them. Yeah. It's like, okay, this person seems or appears to me, or it's my perception just from our friendship that we have, that they might mesh well with this friend group. Like if, what's it called? I'm trying to think of an example now. Like before Nick and Masood and them, like before we all started gaming, it's like, these are guys who are on the far end spectrum of just always wanting to talk about either just sports or like hardcore manly man stuff. Yeah. They like to hang out and chill and like play video games and watch anime. they're gonna mesh and talk well with like you and Drew and like all the other mandem that we also enjoy similar activities. So it's like purely just from how well I know them for the most part.
Gotcha.
And then if it's ever like if it's ever a question to me, then I feel like it's almost like, okay, if I'm having this question and doubt as far as
it should be like an excitement, like, yo, you gotta meet my
person that's like in this circle because this. But if it's ever a question like, would I want him to be around these other people because over here they're doing drugs and this man has to go to church tomorrow, and I'm just like, fuck. But this is
it can be a slippery slope.
It can be a slippery slope. It's like, yo, we were all high yesterday. But second question on the card, just to go through it, is: do you have friends? You can be. I mean, this should be an actual, genuine yes for everybody. Hopefully, everyone has friends that they can be their authentic self with. I definitely do. The friends that I mentioned become family. Yeah, those are they become family because I have realized there's a trust there that allows me to become my authentic self. And that's why they're now family. Right. Just to put it short, sweet, and simple. So yeah, definitely have friends to be authentic with.
Yeah. Same for me. Yeah. Definitely because there are friends that I can't be my full self with, for sure. But I definitely have friends that I can just, wherever I'm going through or it's happening, or like, I can just say what I want to say or like do what I want to do, or I don't ever feel judged. But there, because again, like my circle is, even though it's small, but it's big at the same time. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense.
Even though it's small. I know what you mean though. I know what you mean. For those who get it, they get it.
The smaller circle is like the core group, like this core group, with all of the mandems but like the bigger circle, the one that like kind of like spectates me interact with you guys or like hang out with you guys. Like, they're also my friends, but I don't feel like I can always be my full authentic self. Or I should be, just because I always want to represent myself. Even the you can call, and almost I do put up like a facade sometimes, of like this overconfident or like very confident, almost cocky, like I could do anything, like personality, like people that I just meet, and I've been told that like by people that I just like that met, and but like later on we gotten closer, like when I first met you, I thought you were like just
I was gonna ask, like, did they really say like I thought you were this, however
like they said like I'll get like I thought you were cocky, like I get that like more than anything, like the cockiness, and Fair. Just because it's not like to where I'm like, oh, I need to change that. It's more like, okay, some people perceive that as cockiness, but some other people are attracted to the confidence.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it's not so much of a facade if you're doing it. So if you're a confident guy, man got the confidence. That's what it is. Try to be. That's what it is. But no, okay. So definitely our authentic selves for sure. Want to go ahead with the
perception. So first one is, what are the best and worst traits that someone can possess? And then the second question is, what do you think is more impactful, environment or genetics?
Dang.
The second one is kind of nice.
Second one kind of crazy. So best and worst traits. Go ahead.
Someone's best trait is probably the ability to sympathize or empathize with other people. Because no matter what level you're at, low, high, you can always relate to somebody else, even though that you guys might not match the same upbringings or whatever. But if you're able to think about somebody or put yourself in their shoes, it shows it shows humility and the ability to care for others. So I think it's a very good trait. That and patience is kind of tied. Not almost. I think sympathy. Empathy and empathy is definitely a little higher, but patience very, very close up there. Yeah.
And then worst trait,
attention seeking, self-centered.
I was gonna say something similar, but
like I've just I just came across, like not came across, but I just met more than a few, like, and been around more than a few self-centered, attention seeking people in my life. And at first it's almost harmless, it feels harmless, because you're like, oh, whatever they're doing, it's not affecting me.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're just doing their own thing, whatever.
As long as you don't pay it. Mm-hmm.
But after a while, when you start realizing that like they'll put others before you, or like non-important people before you, just because boost their confidence or boost their ego in a way. But yeah, like the self-centered thing, it's I think that's the worst trait somebody can have.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah, I was gonna go off kind of the same thing, was as far as self-centered and just narcissistic to describe. Narcissistic, know-it-all. Like, it's the complete opposite of what I think the best trait is, which is something that you mentioned. So they go hand in hand, is your openness to learning and knowing and gathering experiences. I think that's the best trait someone could have, because it ties open-minded, because it ties into empathy as well.
Right.
And it's like, it's just such an ideal way to go about life. Like, I feel like you would just get so much more out of living in general if you have that like open-minded experience. And then for worst traits, it's the complete opposite of that. Someone who thinks they know it all, not open to getting to understand or care for anybody but themselves. And someone who's selfish like that, that's just unnecessarily selfish too, because being open doesn't cost anything.
You're selfish to yourself.
Yeah,
more than anything.
Exactly. And you're
depriving
you're
yourself from
you're depriving
the experience.
From everything that you could possibly learn from everybody else, which we already talked about. That's why we have such a nice circle of friends, is because we're able to learn and gather experiences from them and like just the universe in general. So definitely just the opposite of that is probably the worst trait I think someone could have, for sure, just to tie into self-centeredness. But
it closes so many doors when you're
many
when you think you know it all, or like that's the sad thing about it too. Like, I've met some very high intelligent people who know a lot and a ton, but they confuse that knowledge with enlightenment, like knowing, because they think they know a lot or about something or whatever. Like, they don't need to know anything else about anything else, if that makes sense.
Fair. Yeah. They're like, and if
this
you don't
is how
know,
I think, like, this is how the world should be, type shit. And it's like,
and if someone else doesn't know as much as they do in said thing, then it's like, but you see, this is why you could be
right, you could be wrong, but you never know until you find out, until you just like open, like until you listen to the other people and literally open up your minds to new perspectives. So,
that's true. Okay, fair enough. What was the second question? Environment versus genetics?
Environment, like, what is more impactful, environment or genetics?
Environment or genetics,
bro? For fun,
I knew you was gonna try to say some shit.
For fun, it's genetics. Man hasn't worked out in 2.5 months. Man, look at him.
Fuck out of here.
6-pack, still 5% body fat.
Working out indirectly.
I don't know. I don't know if that's. It's indirect working out, but it's like my mom saying doing yard work is like enough for like exercise.
That shit tired. And she has a muscle memory, and she probably got some muscle too.
Yeah, you can defend genetics all you want, man.
I would say it's environment for sure. I think you could have all the genetics, but you fail in your environment. Yeah, and it just tarnishes everything, because that's like, there are people who probably have qualities and genetics like Usain Bolt, and can like perform that feat. Yeah, but they failed in their environment and they're not there. That's why Usain is Usain. That's why Mans is, So I think just in that sense. And then there's also people who didn't have the genetics, and they've also superseded and overcome a lot of people that maybe had genetics for whatever thing it might be, whether it's schooling, or there's like the brains or the physical prowess or whatever it might be. But that's the one thing that just kind of, I mean, obviously everyone has their opinion, but to me puts an end to the argument. It's like, there's so many people without the genetics. With terrible genes. They're short and shit.
Right. No, I would agree, man. But, I mean, like, all jokes aside, I think like that saying, like, hard work beats talent every time. Yeah. I think it runs true. And like there was like a picture floating around of Arnold's he has 2 sons. One, and his wife or ex-wife was separated. So one son was raised by Arnold, and one son was raised by his ex-wife. One son is like severely overweight,
Jeez,
One
you
son
hate
is
to see it.
fit, like looked like young Arnold.
Yeah.
So the genetics are there. The work wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think like yeah, so environment will always be more impactful. And like barring
so.
like, you know, if you're just born a certain way, then there's not much you can change about it. Like if you're born, you know, with like no legs or something, like, you know,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
fair.
But if you have the opportunity, you have the means, which includes genetics as well, like not to where like you're gifted genetically, but you just have like
the capability
to do it, and you're just choosing not to, and then you sit and you cry about like, oh, I'm not as good as the next guy or whatever. Like that's just on you.
That's facts. And that goes into actually what I just posted on my social not too long ago. I think I had on my story a few days ago was I saw this quote. I think I got it off of McBon. Shout out to the boy McBon.
Yeah.
And it was so true. It said, nowadays so many people confuse laziness with life being unfair. It's like if you sit there and do nothing, you're gonna get nothing. Like there's so many people just feel like they're like, oh, life is so unfair, this and that. But it's like, bro, some people, you're just lazy, bro. Yeah. And you're doing nothing, so you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of, I feel like, ties into sort of what we're talking about. But
yeah, that's why I really encourage everyone to just do hard things. And like, because some people don't even think they're lazy when they are lazy. Because they've never pushed themselves. They never.
Which is so terrible. Yeah.
Right. Like their baseline is low. Like, you know what I mean? And like the work ethic is right there with it. So it's like if you just do the same shit over and over again and you're expecting better results, like that's just insane.
It's madness.
Yeah.
Mad. But no, that's facts, man. I like that. I like the cards that we had today. The cards,
the
cards. It wasn't any like weird skewed. What we did with Will. Shout out to Will.
Political shit.
Bad random. Yeah. What was it like? How old do you think you would be if you were yourself?
Yeah,
or something?
It was like how you've never met me or how old you think I would be.
Yeah,
or some shit like that. But
which is fun. I
like that they throw in like random cards,
little lighter ones.
But for the sake of this pod, give us some deep shit.
We want to express our individuality here, but I want you guys to express how much you can hit that like button. That's what we
express the hell out of that.
Express it. Show us your expression,
show
man.
It off.
Express how much you're gonna subscribe. Express in the comment section how much you're liking this. If you're not liking it, put it in the comments. We're not going to read it, but just do it anyways. Don't leave a 1-star review or a thumbs down because then we really won't see it. But let us know in the comments if you're not liking it and what you're not liking it for. Right. Actually, Spotify also did just notify me that they're having comments now too, which was a thing before. Yeah. So now Spotify has comments as well as the YouTube. Apple Podcast still does not, but you can leave a 5-star rating there. Spotify is still going to have the polls. So it's still going to have the polls, answer the questions. It's still going to have the questionnaire as well. It's usually one question and then the polls, but now they added comments, which is lovely.
Yeah.
And then again, 5-star review on Spotify. Make sure you're liking the YouTube, subscribing, notification bell, so you know when the boys are on, when the boys have dropped.
Right.
That way you can be the first comment. I think we still got some stickers in the bag.
Yeah, we do.
Stickers for the people that leave comments. If you leave some comments, be sure to try and find you, get a sticker to you. That'll be something lovely. And there's only a select few right now, so get your comments going.
I just want to say, like, we're still a pretty small like channel overall, so every like your comments, likes, and all that are so much more impactful. Yeah. Why are you dropping? I understand you drop a like on a video that has like 6 million views, but like our view count's not that high right now. So like every comment you guys post, we'll see it.
Yes, everyone will see.
Yeah, we do our best to respond to them too. So like Fawn said earlier, we want to develop this relationship with you guys too, where the engagement are purposeful and meaningful, and not just like just reactions. Like we want to hear from you guys too. So
facts. And I like that you mentioned that, because years from now, and it's gonna be hundreds of comments, we're not gonna recognize. So
we're gonna be acting. We're gonna be acting brand new.
I'm gonna tell you right now, mine them are going to be on a new level. So I'm not gonna. If I haven't,
our editor sees the comments, we won't.
Yeah, our editor exactly. But I'll tell you know what I'll tell him though. I'll be like, you know what? From episode 13 and 12 and fucking 20, this person was commenting.
Yeah.
Every time they comment, let me know so I can find out. Hit them up and be like, yo, Wagwan, man, how's it been? The jump, from the get go. So there's gonna be names that we,
bro. You know, like how like some podcasts they do like tours. Of like they'll go to like different cities and then go just like do like a live pod.
Yeah,
bro, that'd be so sick. If someone's in the comment was like, y'all been coming since episode 10,
bro. Exactly.
You coming on the stage?
Exactly, baby. We gotta give you a shout out. You know what I mean? So we're looking out, man. We're looking out for the names that are there now. But all in all, we appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys hanging out, checking out the podcast. And that being said, me, Toast, Pengu, Penguis. We're gonna try to catch y'all boys later. So take it easy. Peace.